It was 2018, the last meeting of the School of Skills principals meeting, and there was a guest in that meeting. And the guest just stood up, he had a platform, and he was given a chance to talk to this group of principals dominated by males, obviously, School of Skills. And I think there were two ladies there, and they presented partners for possibilities. I sat there and I just listened. While I was listening, I started to think, how could this program help me? While I was sitting, and then I never convinced to anyone about what were my thoughts then. And as the men walk out, I thought myself, let me follow the men. And when I was looking at the group of the principal that were there, no one followed him. I just followed the men, and I said to Sam, I'm very interested to what you are saying. And he asked, are you a principal? I said, yes, I am, and in Siviwe School of Skills. And I just said to him, I know that people always ask me, are you the principal? And then I said, from Siviwe School of Skills. And then he asked, where is your school? I said, it's in Guguletu. He said, give me your number. And next Monday, he phoned and he was there. And he started to introduce himself. And he said, I would love you to be part of this journey. I said, please find me a partner. Hardly 2 weeks, 3, you already got the partner. And he said, it's difficult to get the partners, but I don't know what happened to you, but you got the partner. I said, okay, now I will jump in and I will be ready. Then it was 2019, and I had a partner, but I never knew who my partner was. But I was excited that I got the partner. Before I met my partner, who I was, obviously I've got a background, I'm coming from somewhere. I was this kind of a person who was only committed in developing a human mind. That was the only commitment that I had. And yes, I know I need to be diverse, but I think it went well with our vision of the school. We're here to prepare young minds using their hands, and that was what in my mind. There were so many things before I started, you know, so many hindering factors that made me to doubt, should I go in, should I not? Have you been in a space where you think, did I make the right decision to want to do this program, you know, with this heavy, hectic year? But I thought, why not? Let me give it a try. Then I went, and before I can go where I am, can I say as a leader, I can feel that I'm transformed? Can I say as a leader, I can feel that I'm competent? Can I say as a leader, I'm more knowledgeable than I was before? Can I say as a leader, through your methodologies of PFP, there were 3 things that I learned deeply, and I reflected, and I have time to think, where can this methodology shapen the leader that I am? And the methodologies such as time to think, they made me to listen. Not only to listen to those that I lead, to listen to my inner self. I was able to listen deeper. What is my inner self telling me about me? The flawless consultant, yes, they were talking about reconstructing. But when I went back and reflected, and I went and read the books, and I read my notes because I always write when people are talking. And then I just told myself, how can I transform all this knowledge that I got? It was such a vast knowledge for 2 days. How can I make it easier for the team that I'm leading to understand? I chose that flawless consulting to how can we as a principal, as teachers, as parents, as learners, how can we as the teachers to be the best consultant? And I took that word consulting to us as consultant, and I thought, when you go to Woolworths or to go to Foschini, you'll find consultants that are there, and they've got the customer care. Then I change the whole information reflecting to us. And I say, okay, if I am a consultant, how can my clients, my teachers, I can be a good consultant to them? And how can the teachers, as consultant, could be the best consultant to the clients which will be the parents, the clients which will be the learners. So using the methodology, speaking to our own context and environment. And I think that was one of the methodologies that made it easier to do the customer care in our schools. And remember, as the school, we are supposed to build a brand. And I thought if we manage to have that, we'll be able to build that brand and it will go far. And the community building also shaped my leadership because more people feel when they come to our school, that is a community school, and they feel when they are there, that is their school. That's what we need to be. And then I was confident after that. Yes, I was confident before, but I was confident with energy. More energy, was more enthusiastic to do better in our school. And I was able to build the trusting relationships. Then as I already said, I was transformed as a leader. I became a champion of reflection. I took my championship and I introduced the team. They can attest to that. They are better reflectors than I am. And I thought that is what I champion at. And if you are part of us in a meeting, first thing that the word everyone is talking about, let's reflect about our day. How was your day? And I thought it just changed the environment. To be a positive culture, everyone has a voice, and that voice is very important. I was passionate that whatever from this course that I did, the project, I'll leave the legacy that will be recognized. There are technology, there's a methodology that one, even if I'm out of Siviwe School of Skills, one will take a baton from that legacy and will move forward. The skills I have implemented, I've already said, time to think, appreciation. I think also I need to link with that. If you appreciate even little things, even one has done a small thing, you appreciate with your humbleness. You appreciate with your smile. You appreciate with your attitude. The whole school just changes and it becomes a positive environment and a conducive atmosphere that one needs to be there. My team, as I was already said, they were skilled to be the belter consultant. And every time that we are in a situation that we are unable to define it or to address the challenge, we're able to recontract again and try it again. We all believe in trial and error, and it worked very well. Obviously, the community building, the art of conversation. If you listen, if you appreciate the inquiry that others are inquiring, is either about you. You appreciate even if they ask questions. You appreciate because the two-way process, it makes you to learn. It also makes them to learn. And you reflect when you speak, your tone, the way you say things, it really builds the art of conversation. And the impact out of that, there were three things that I observed, how this course has impacted. I look at the impact of my teachers. I look at the impact of my parents. I look at the impact of my learners. My teachers, I was able to recontract them, all of them. I've managed to take through to the journey, and one of the workshops that my school was being trained in a Saturday, sometimes it's difficult to take the whole stuff. And I thought because of that, they felt that they are being appreciated. They felt that they are being acknowledged, and they felt that I've got that trust in them. They were able, even if I instruct or whatever that I'm trying to say to them, they will be able to be part of me. And I thought that is the best thing that you need to understand when you are doing that flawless consulting, you need to make sure that people have got that buy-in, they are with you with this vision. And I think I did it well. And when I asked them to come with me today, they didn't even say no. I say, because I just want to meet the people that I've been talking about. I just want to feel what they said. Maybe one day it will be you who will be standing here. So I thought, you know, to motivate others, if I can see this work well for me, why can't that do the same to others? The parents, I introduced the parents to the reflection, how to reflect, you know, two-way process in parents' meeting. And can I tell you what was the impact? The sense of belonging to them. They felt very important, and they are important clients. And they felt acceptable. They felt being acknowledged, you know, because who are we without our parents? You know, that's the question I'm always asking. Who are we? And the learners, the other day, we thought, okay, let's bring all the girls and have girls talk, you know, and they could reflect, because they are in this 21st century and they are living their world, and we need to grasp with them. So we thought that two-way process, it does have an impact. And using those methodologies, it really made an impact to them. My partner, Songi, then I met her. I think I've got that picture of you there. You became us. She understood our context. We are coming from different backgrounds, different contexts, but you adjusted yourself. What a busy context that we are. What a year for us. I managed to invite her for the last minute to one of the biggest events that we had, and she never said no. I didn't have time to talk to her, but what I love most, you were able to listen, you were able to view, to observe what we were doing, and you were able to be us. And I think that's what makes our partnership so well. You were able to appreciate the person that I am, and I think I did the same to you. You respected where I'm coming from, and I think I also respected where you are coming from. And I think we had a mutual connection with each other. I was brought up in Catholic school, and she is the same. And you know, when you connect with somebody, you start to talk everything. And I was able to open up to her where I'm coming from. And somehow I could feel that there's a little bit of connection within us. And I think that was the process of those. You need to connect to build that trusting relationship. Our respect had a flow, and our conversation had the flow. Each time that you were there, and at times you will come in, and I will say all these talks, because sometimes she will find me very vulnerable. You know, because as a principal, there are moments, there are ups and down moments. I was happy that she could also find me in my down moments. And I wanted somebody that I can talk to. Not even saying what, those down moments, you need somebody that you will tell everything that is happening, and you'll see that this person doesn't understand where you are, but only just to listen to you and just giving you that reassurance. You can manage. You can do this. And today I can say I'm here, I'm confident, and I'm still having my energy. The recommendation, I think it will be an ongoing relationship. And yes, our school had their challenges. As you know, it was first time that the School of Skills are doing their curriculum this year. And I think the biggest one, I had 3 challenges, but the biggest one, you know, I did talk to you, was the timetable. It's a frustrating one in School of Skills because it needs to balance 50-50 balance. Then the work. I'm so organized when I do things. I plan. I'm telling you, I plan, and when I plan, I have indicators and, you know, where I am, you know. I started this conversation with him to do this timetable. I think it was 18th of July when we come back from the Flawless consulted, one of the things was we need to say our challenge, what was it? And then we need to find an action plan on doing that. And what I did when I come back, I had my buy-in with my SMT in a meeting. And I thought, and I had a meeting with you also. And we ended up having an email exchange, all my programs or whatever. And I think that was completed doing that. And I think the next level, we discuss about our challenges in timetable, because I have to take you through. It was difficult, you are coming from your own world, you are coming to my own world, but I need this to be workable, document. And I think also when doing that, it was, but I think the last thing that we're nearly there. We need not to give up, Songe. I know our timetable reflected on it is still a little bit pending. But I'm hoping I still have time. November, 21st November, I think within these 9 days we can do that. It can be a workable document. And I must say, we can do it. If so many challenges we manage to pull through, why can't we do that one? And I know, giving the fact, the whole energy of ours, we can do that. But lastly, my closing statement will be, thank you for the opportunity that managed to getting through all this workshop and meetings. The beauty of being in a group with such great minds, because great minds, they improve other minds. Whatever we converse, whatever we advise, whatever the story that we're being told, believe me, I went back and I shared those stories with my colleagues. And believe me, when I share those stories with my colleagues, also to their own different groups or whatever, that's how we share the information, and then how the information transferred and transformed. They also did it the same. So to Sungi, I know you are such a young one, but I was happy because one of the advice that you gave me when I told you that I'm in this Google project, you asked me so many questions that I must go and ask. And believe me, through your expertise, when I went there, everyone looked at me as if I'm an expert, not knowing that I got it from you. So what I'm trying to say is that that is the benefit of being in this kind of a platform. Yes, I know some of the things, but I'm not an expertise. But at the end of the day, I must say, I'm still standing, and I'm confident, and I'm energized, and I must say I'm a better leader than I was before.
So you understood everything I was going to say, but it's a good thing I'm a quick speaker. I was at Siviwe School of Skills, and my journey begins because I'm from Zimbabwe, and so my education has always been looked upon as such a brilliant education. So I come into South Africa and you think, oh my gosh, education, it's a bomb. It just is a bomb that's waiting to go off, and the entire education department wants to just collapse, right? And you think, well, I'm a solution person. Many people are. And you want to jump straight into the solution, and you want to be like, okay, I know this is wrong. Okay, this bomb is the ticking one. I know how to turn it off and turn it off quickly. And you join Partners for Possibility and you think, well, okay, this is, okay, when are we going to get the doing stuff? You're like, okay, Joe, it's nice to meet, it's nice to have chats, it's really great, really. And then, like, when are we getting to the doing stuff? Because this bomb, I'm ready to tackle it big time, right? And then you go to the training, you do time to think, and you're like, that's so not me. It's not in my nature to slow down, to understand, to listen, to realize what the real problem is. So the picture I have next is of a banana. And I really had a struggle between a banana and a toolbox, because Partners for Possibility gives you all these tools throughout the year that you can really use to tackle the problem. But then the banana was a better analogy because the major thing was to peel back all the layers, to really understand. Us in business have this thing of, we know the solution. we can throw money at the solution too. We're at the problem too. And we're not wanting to get to the bottom of it. We're not wanting to get to what is the one thing that we can decide we want to do for the school, because it matters to the school, not because it matters to us. And so having been equipped with time to think, having been equipped with flawless consulting, and you sit there and you're contracting with someone, and in my case was Yolanda, and she comes up and she says, well, the timetable is really important to me. Okay. Like, great, it's a timetable. And you're like, okay, it is important, but it's not like this wow thing you're going to do, you know? So you stop back and you're like, okay, why is it important? It's important because having 50% of each thing in the School of Skills is very important for people. And people can, oh, okay, but what's wrong with the real current timetable? But as you peel back all the layers and you discover that, okay, but why don't we fix how this is happening at the school? Why don't we inject money to just like have more computer rooms at the school? Why don't we do that? And you peel back all the layers, and the true essence of what there is to deal with in the education sector, there are many things you can deal with. That is the reality. And the challenge and the equipping of being able to stop, listen, hear someone where they're at, and address what's important to someone else is probably the most profound thing that I've ever had to do, because in my normal work, I look at problems and I pick which ones we're going to choose first. And stakeholder management is 50-50. Something you try at. And not always succeed at, but you try at it. But the banana is different from the onion. The onion, you peel away the layers. The banana, you just expose more and more of it. And so we exposed lots of different sides, and we chose the one. And that's what we worked at. After having realized that's what we want to do, you spend the year going through to the school, you build this relationship, and it's easy to be the consultant that is removed. So there's always this picture of there's this body, and sometimes you're this removed person, and you come in, you come out. You go in, you go out, and you never really combine to it. But I think what I've learned most in this whole program is jumping in. Sometimes you can go next slide, yeah. Sometimes you just got to jump into the boat, and you all got to start rowing in the same direction. The business has got to row in the same direction as the school. Because if we're not rowing in the same direction, we don't go anyway. So if you don't row, you don't go. That's what they say. And that's what I learned, is jump in 110%. Do what matters to the people that you're serving, because we're all here to serve, really. Whether it is we're serving principals, we're serving the learners, we're serving our communities, we're all here to serve. Because there's hope when we all serve one another. The what if becomes not a, oh, this is bad, this is bad. It's just more of an outlook. Like, yes, we may be on tidy waters, but what if we all just did the same thing and moved in the same direction? Would the outcome be much better? That was not correct English for a second there. And I think that is, the skills are there. The skills came dashing at me like a fire extinguisher under a fire hose, but the partner to walk with, Joe, the community of practice, I think when you do things together, you just go so much more further. And that's one thing that I'm absolutely grateful for. So thank you guys.